Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're back at it here, playing with this evil goblin giant deck, which I absolutely love playing with. And I played it last time and it's really solid. Obviously, with this deck, you want to spam your furnaces as much as possible. It's really easy. It's a really easy deck to pick up because the furnace is so good still. We'll go with the goblin giant here in the back, kind of just slow roll things. He's going to go with the knight to kind of protect, which makes sense. I'm going to go for bomber here though. That should kind of help us against his furnace after the fact. So we should be okay here. I'm going to go for a lightning. That's going to clean up the hut plus the berserker. And that might actually buy our goblin giant a hit or two, which is really nice. Plus a few more spear goblin throws. And goblin giant is just really, really solid as an option, especially if you want to pair that up with, you know, something like the... I'm going to go for a rage here real quick, kind of clean all that stuff up. But if you want to pair up goblin giant with something like the recruits, it's an absolutely filthy combo. That's really difficult to stop. He might get something down in time or not, and that's going to be massive amounts of damage because not only does the prince get a charge shot, it actually got a regular hit off as well. Really, really nice stuff. Let's go with our own furnace here. See if he opts for a knight. If not, that's fine. I'm going to go evil goblin giant here. That should be fine, kind of soaking up some of that damage. And this should force out his goblin hut. So obviously we have E-Spirit and we have something like the bomber as well. So that's going to help us big time in terms of defending his graveyard. We have a lot of goblins that spawn and that's going to end up dealing most of that, the berserker. So really solid stuff. Let's get something going here. We can go for the furnace as well and see what he does here. Kind of interesting. I'm going to go bomber here as well. And I'm going to take the opportunity here to try and lightning this. Clean most of that stuff up. I don't think our prince gets to the tower, but we're able to clean all that stuff up so he doesn't have something to go for his graveyard with. But he went for a barbell anyways. That's fine. I think we're going to not be able to save our furnace, unfortunately. But that's fine. Kind of served its purpose. Oh, we almost got that furnace hit. That would, or fire spirit hit. That would have been really, really nice. I'm going to go lightning here. Kind of clean this up. I'm going to go bomber as well. I'm going to go for the E-Spirit once everything kind of starts spawning. And yeah, look at that. The E-Spirit is a really underrated way to defend a graveyard. So basically all we need is just another lightning here. So assuming he's not able to lightning block us, we should be fine. I'm going to drop that lightning and that right there is going to be good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things rolling. And again, with this deck, just be super careful giving up your furnace really early, especially if you don't have something like the lightning to kind of help out. If it's a balloon deck or a lava hound deck for that matter. So he's going to go for a really, really poorly timed lumberjack, which I'm all here for. This could be balloon still. I don't quite know yet. We're going to have a lot for him to contend with here. Hopefully he's got something on the ground because if not, that prince is just going to do massive work there. The berserker's not going to do anything. And that right there is going to be a boatload of damage he's going to have to you know, try and make up. We do get some damage there as well. We're going to be able to two-shot the minions, else I would have gone for the rage on the tower. It actually does a pretty solid job cleaning up the minions. So I'm just going to go a little lazy here, and I'm just going to lightning this. That should catch the fire spirit. So we'll take that, you know, -2 trade for about 400 points of damage. So he's got that. The Spirit Empress is definitely interesting. Does a lot of damage. So we're going to go for bomber here in the back. And we might use this to kind of soak up some damage. And then we should be able to go for something like the furnace here to kind of help clean that up. And that is going to force out a really interesting lightning, actually. We're going to go for the E-Spirit here. That should allow our Spear Goblins to actually take out the Spirit Empress and force out a lightning where he's not actually able to get to the tower. So really nice. Lightning doesn't take out the Spirit Empress. I think it survives by a little bit, so not exactly something I want to save it for. Lightning on the furnace still makes sense in my eyes. Oh, he's got the golem. So I'm going to go for 3 on the left side just to have enough pressure for him to still have to respect that side. We obviously have Prince for this. We need to get to... Where is... He's got to support this somehow, right? So I'm going to go for lightning here. That should be pretty good. So as you can see, Spirit Empress doesn't exactly die to that. But we're going to have a decent amount of stuff he's going to have to contend with after the fact. E-Spirit here should be good. I'm going to rage this up as well. And that's going to clean things up. So really nice stuff. I know he's got that evil lumberjack, but all in all, we should still be fine. We should be able to clean that up. He's taking so much damage on that left side because he's kind of just giving it to us, which is really nice. And he's going to continue to give us that damage or drop a Berserker very, very last second, which makes a little sense, I guess. But Fire Sphere is going to clean that up. We just need lightning here. I know he wants to drop it. I'm going to go for lightning. I know he dropped his as well. We'll go for Prince here. We need to clean this up really quickly. He doesn't have enough for Spirit Empress because it takes quite a bit. He's going to offer the ground version, which I don't know if I agree with, but that's going to work out for me. So all we need here is one more round of recruits because he's struggling really, really hard to defend it. So we're obviously just going to go ahead and exploit it. We should be able to clean up that Berserker. Not too much problem there. Bomber here should be pretty good. I'm going to go for Goblin Giant since he went that side with the minions. He's not going to have that much left for this. I'm going to rage this up. Should be able to clean that up for the most part. Get our Goblin Giant on tower. And yeah, look at the Goblin Giant just putting in massive work. And we get that last stab to finish things off. Either side of his, either tower that he wanted to give up, we would have definitely taken. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things going. We're going to drop him a good luck as he did for us. And we'll keep things going. So we can start it with the Rage. It's 2 elixir. You get like 70 points of damage at level 15. I'm going to go with the Goblin Giant. So we'll see what he does here. It's a monk plus giant snowball. Maybe Goblin Drill. Maybe. But I'm going to go for the Furnace since he gave that giant snowball up. Oh, wait a second. This might be something else actually altogether. I'm going to lightning this. And we get the monk in that. So that's really nice. It's just a bunch of cycle cards that I'm noticing. So E-Spirit should be pretty good chaining onto everything. We get an extra hit or so, so that's great. Bomber's going to clean this up. I think this is going to be Drill. But it could also be Graveyard, like a really interesting version of Graveyard, which will be a challenge. Obviously, we have Bomber, we have the E-Spirit like before, we have the Rage, but it is going to be a challenge. Oh, it's going to be Mortar, so none of the above. Okay. We're going to go Furnace here, see how he plays his Mortar. We're able to force out a Poison that doesn't even touch our tower, so we get one of the recruits on the tower, which is pretty solid, and we force out a Ice Wizard on that side too. So that tower's about half gone. We got to be really careful here, because I feel like he can definitely outcycle us pretty easily. I'm going to go with the Prince in the back, see how he responds. We have Lightning if he opts for the Mortar, but I feel like he's definitely going to go for 1 elixir Skeletons or something. If he goes for Monk, that's interesting. Pretty well played. Wasn't expecting him to go Monk, to be honest. I'm going to go Recruits here, but now that I know he doesn't have Monk to defend that, we should be able to feel free to do this. Force him to go with a Poison yet again at the bridge like that. I'm going to go Prince here. I'm going to go for the E-Spirit in case he goes for 1 elixir Skeletons. He can't really drop them. I'm going to rage this up. And okay, I mean, if he's going to cycle to his Spear Goblins like that, it's well played on his part. We're not going to get to that Ice Wizard, unfortunately, but I'm going to go Recruits here. Yeah, I figured he would do that. So I'm going to go ahead and Lightning this. Clean up the Mortar even quicker. I don't even want to deal with it, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with the Bomber here to help with that Ice Wizard across the bridge. And we'll try to cycle to, yeah, we'll get that Prince down. And we should be able to rage this up. Maybe get something going here, depending on what he does. Okay, he doesn't go for anything in the middle. Okay, at least we can take out the Ice Wizard, which I am all for. Monk shouldn't really be a problem. I'm going to go with the Bomber here, and I'm going to go for the Recruits up high. That way we have some split lane pressure, which is obviously going to be our advantage. And I'm going to go for Evil Goblin Giant. Seems a little odd, I think, but we should be okay. I want him to drop his Ice Wizard. I really want that Ice Wizard. There we go. Okay, we're gonna lightning this. Seems like it's a bit of overkill, but we should have enough on the field to where he can't drop his mortar quite yet. And we'll be back to 7 elixir basically. So let's do that. I know he wants to drop that, so we're gonna go for bomber after it connects. And we should be able to defend this somewhat okay. Oh wait, how did that take that out? I think maybe his mortar got a shot off already. Maybe. I'm gonna go furnace here. I'm gonna go for the rage and E-Spirit as well. Hopefully buy our prince a hit or so. We'll go recruits in the back, which is a little bit sketchy, but we're in triple elixir, so I am very, very comfortable with the elixir amount we have. So we have 1500 hit points we need to work down on that right side. This is going to be great because, yeah, I figured he was going to try something cute like that. Definitely didn't work out for him. I'm going to go bomber on this side, rage this up, and we should be fine taking out that monk. I'm going to go for recruits yet again. We have so many recruits on the field, and I know recruits are typically no skill or whatever, but if you're trying to just push up and you want to have fun, it's one of those things where, because you know you have the bomber, you have rage, you have E-Spirit, you're able to cycle back to another set of recruits relatively quickly. So good game, well played. Let's get on to it. All right, next match here, keeping things going up against a cannoneer tower. So definitely means we can go E-Spirit and not have to worry. Every single game I've played so far today has the furnace. And even though it's been nerfed, I don't know, that emergency nerf that it had, don't know if that was enough, but at this point, I don't know what you can do without absolutely just killing the card. Obviously, I'm using Furnace, just really solid. I feel like if you don't and you're more of a casual player, it does put you at a disadvantage, obviously. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Okay, I think we'll get in front, so we'll be able to protect the tower, which is great. I want to go for Goblin Giant. I think this is Graveyard. I think. So as more stuff kind of spawns, I'm going to just rage this up. We take out that Spirit Empress, which is great. That cannon, or the Cannoneer Tower is just absolutely clutch for him right now. I'm going to go ahead and bomber this. I think that came out a little late, but I'm going to go Prince here. Unfortunately not able to preserve our bomber, but we should be able to do some damage on that goblin hut at some point. Maybe one more hit. Nice. And then we'll go with our own furnace here. Not ideal, but we'll kind of work with it for now. I'm pretty sure this is Graveyard. This is going to be really challenging because to make this specific matchup work, we need recruits on defense. And we need some surviving recruits to tank for the Goblin Giant. And that's just how we're going to have to play it. So we're going to opt for 4 recruits going down the right side here with the Knight. So he's also got the Spirit Empress, so that's something we have to keep in mind. We'll make things a little more interesting. I'm going to go and lightning this. And that should be pretty good. We have a lot of things we can drop here. I'm going to go bomber in the middle in case he goes for anything else. Should be pretty good here. We forced out a good bit of stuff, but we need to figure out how we want to defend this. I'm going to go recruits kind of once that gets in range, which is perfect, and that would take out the Spirit Empress. I'm going to go furnace way high, whatever you just saw is one of the downsides of playing your furnace, or anything for that matter, as high up as I did. So we have some damage on that left side, so we're definitely not going to turn a blind eye to that. We're going to go E-Spirit though. I need a way to defend this oncoming set of this Graveyard potentially. That might be the way to do it, so you're essentially just going to block them at the bridge and buy yourself some time to defend with other things. Furnace here should do great against that Spirit Empress, and we're going to force out a really interesting poison, which is going to work out for us. We essentially just want to defend this without the need of doing too much here. Take out that Spirit Empress really nicely, and both towers are down essentially the same amount. So we're kind of just getting cute with our defense here. We do need a little bit of pressure. Doesn't matter which side we go. So obviously we need to be really good here. Let's go with our evil goblin giant. He opted for poison on defense, so this will be interesting on how he chooses to defend this. Furnace is going to do a great job cleaning the rest of that stuff up. I'm going to opt for Prince here, which seems wild, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to just rage this up, and Prince should have a great time kind of cleaning all that stuff up. I know he's got that cannon near tower, but the Prince is going to make it onto the tower, and look at all that damage from the Prince, guys. We just need probably a couple of lightnings, but I need it to be worthwhile. I don't want to just drop it. So if he drops a Spirit Empress in the back, that would be obviously absolutely amazing. He's got that evil furnace going, so I'm going to opt for a massive push here. Prince here, obviously, to keep that alive. I'm going to go ahead for lightning here. I think we get the tower plus... Oh, we don't get the furnace? That's so weird. I thought we would have gotten that furnace, but totally fine. We absolutely overwhelmed him with that goblin giant push with the recruits and the prince. This deck is absolutely filthy. Give this deck a shot if you have not already. Really hope you guys appreciate this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.